GM, we are live and we're waiting for 3 on a big board. Appreciate all of you. I've been traveling, as you can tell. I am not in my normal location. I haven't streamed for a few days, so the YouTube algo might be punishing me, but we will win back its trust. Appreciate all of you. If anyone wants to hop on in. I know normally I tweet out that I'm going live a little ahead of when I did today because I was a game time decision, but we ended up on the right side of questionable here. I'll see if I can't get anyone in. As you can tell, as always, I am under the weather. I went out to Phoenix for the waste management. I started getting sick before it, of course, and I remain so. But we're gonna do our best. Anyone wants to hop in? We were waiting for 3. We're waiting for 4. So someone got scared. It's understandable. These streets aren't for everyone. Yeah, let me see if I can get someone in. Big board waiting. 4. Hey, Danny 064 GM to you. Appreciate you so much. I'm also only on one monitor today, so it's gonna be a little more toggling than usual, but we're gonna do our best. We can still manage it. It just means I'm kind of gonna have to monitor the draft kind of through your eyes. I have to watch it on the StreamYard stream because otherwise I can't read the comments. And you all know this is a comment reading channel. But let's see, we'll find out together. Oh, I got the 12 hole. We got the 12 hole. That's okay. Oh my God, what have I done? I'm already fumbling all over the place. All right, here we go. Sidekick, help. All right, here we go. So we got the 12 hole. We got the bird enthusiast in at the 2. Oh no, Shady Advice is in here. All right, so we got Shady Advice, one of the best drafters on the site, in at the 5, and ourselves at the 12. So, Hartman GM to you. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Hey, Jets, I will. Thanks. I think I'm on the upswing. I'm flying back tomorrow, so I don't think I'll be able to stream in the morning. It's all going to depend on some timing, but I will definitely be back Thursday and Friday at the usual time, and hopefully, for a few weeks, or at least a couple weeks of uninterrupted weekday streams. Primetime KG, appreciate you. Hope you're having a great morning. Thanks for coming in. I had one more thing I got to change on my settings. You got to make it subs only. We're trying to get to 500 subs. So I got to, you got to do a little gatekeeping. You got to do a little chat gatekeeping. Otherwise, we don't always get people to hit that sub button, but we're going to do our best. All right, there we go. 1 minute. 1 minute subs, turn it on. You're all grandfathered in. Steven says, GM, hey, appreciate you. Hope you're having a good one. Hey, Full Court Analytics, that's awesome. I'm glad you get to come in live. Sorry it's going to be a little wonky of a stream. I'm not in my normal setup, but we're doing our best here. Primetime remembers drafting with you in the bigger board. I hope my team came out okay. I can't remember if I've done 2 or 3 bigger boards, but I'm going to max that one. I've thought about saving one for a stream draft to see if people want to do that, but I don't know if I have enough pull to fill a bigger board at 8:30 in the morning, but we'll see. It could be a tough go. All right, so let's see. We're definitely going to take one of these running backs. I mean, you just go cook A-Chain here, right? I don't think you overthink this. I think at this turn, I'm more than happy. I mean, I've been taking A-Chain 8 to 12 quite a bit, I think. So happy to start with Cook A-Chain. I can try to pull the board up. I haven't figured out how to zoom quite right. I want to make my the board zoomed out, but it only does anything on my end. You guys don't see when I'm doing it, so. Oh no, yeah. All right, there we go. We're back. Okay, so now you can see the entire draft board. Hey, Chris, appreciate you so much. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Primetime says, I really liked your team. It was oh yeah, I think I ended up liking that team too. We had 10 of 12 last night. It dropped from 5. Yeah. It stinks when those happen, especially if you've been like waiting a while and like you allocate, I have like an hour to draft, and then you spend 30 minutes at 10 of 12, and then you can't even get a big board in. But I think, as the combine gets closer, we should start seeing fill rates go up, or maybe just after the combine. Honestly, we're gonna hit that dead period where liquidity in some of these games is gonna be kind of tough. I know DraftKings just launched their stuff, so that probably isn't gonna help as far as trying to fill some of these. I have heard there are some weird ADPs over there. I haven't done any DraftKings drafts yet, but I will be in those streets as well. So far, looking at the board, don't see anything too out of the ordinary. Everything looks pretty much around ADP to me. Yeah. I guess Justin Jefferson at 8, that's early, isn't it? That Tay-Jack's pick there. Let's see, what is Jefferson's ADP? Yeah, 14. Okay, so they kind of hold Jefferson into the first round to create a somewhat unique combo of London Jefferson. I don't mind doing this sort of thing. I tend to try to do this later in the draft cycle when I have a better idea of like what pairings are a little more rare. But if you take 2 second-round guys, you're not going to see a lot of teams that have both Jefferson and London, and no one's going to be getting Jefferson and London in the second and third. So you don't have to worry about someone having like this combo plus a first-round pick. So I don't mind that. I don't know if that's who I would do it with, just because I'm a little out on Jefferson, but something a little interesting to see so far. We can see what the machine wants us to do. Ken Walker's gotten steamy. Someone took him in the 1-2 turn at one of my big boards. Obviously, with the looking so good in the Super Bowl with the Sharps injury, we might be a little out over our skis. It does seem like he wants to be back in Seattle, and I think they want him back, but it is a high price. It is a high price, and it is getting more expensive. Hey, Bird Enthusiast, I see you in this draft. Best of luck here. We'll look at your team as we go along. Hey, Greg, GM to you. Appreciate you so much. Again, sorry, I'm tabbing back and forth. All right, so we got Cook and A-Chain. Man, I would be pretty happy with Higgins here. With Higgins, Kyren, or Higgins, Etienne would be pretty cool. You know I'm a Cam Scatabo guy, but don't think I need to pull him up here as much as I do like Scat. Squanto, is he just autoing? He may or may not be. We'll take Kyren over Etienne. That's how the sidekick has it. Curious to see what the sidekick recommends after this. I'm assuming it's just going to push Lad up, which is also what I would do. Part of me does want to take Garrett Wilson. Wow, it wants me to take 4 running backs. I'm not going to do that. I've done that before. I don't think it's awful. And obviously, the Sims say it's what you should be doing. I think maybe it's a little more bullish on some of the later receivers. I don't mind doing it again. There's a lot of late wide receiver value, but I also think there's some late running backs that are kind of fun. And if you do believe in McDaniel saving the Chargers and Lad, then Lad could be in line for a solid season. So this team starts out Cook, A-Chain, Kyren, and Lad. Chris says Jefferson only needs competent QB play to far outpace the second-round tag. Chris Olave did it with Tyler Shuck. Yeah, that is true. That is true, Chris. And I probably should be taking some more Jefferson than I have been. I guess when I'm in that second round, I've been pulling up like Jeremiah Love or Saquon instead of Jefferson, but being totally out on him doesn't make sense, especially if like Cousins goes back or something better than 9. Primetime asks, who are some of the last rounds you like? I must say, Rashad Bateman and Malik Washington have been some of my favorite clicks. I've been taking a lot of Mike Washington Jr. as far as running back. Just kind of, I've really primetime. I've been trying to vary who I take. When we get there, I can go over some of them, but if we look deep in the wide receiver depths, this Vele, Omar Cooper, Chris Brazel, I like those 3. I don't mind Malik Washington. I do think there's danger that Miami does try to upgrade that position. If they don't, then Malik Washington I think is a great pick there. I have been taking some of him, mostly if I have Malik Willis, because I think I'm projecting Malik Willis to go to Miami. That could be wrong. So I might end up with that overrepresented, which could be bad. Malachi Fields, Jeremy Bernard, I've been taking those guys. And then as far as running backs, it's been a little Kalen Black, a little Jamari Taylor, and those are like the deep scrolls, like just when I'm just trying to vary the guys I get. But Mike Washington, I'm not as into Adam Randall. I feel like he feels a little Rashard Smithy, that we're all going to get really excited about him, and then like he doesn't actually get any use. But yeah, I don't mind that click if you like that, as far as like really deep guys. And then mixing and matching the really late tight ends too. Hartman says, JJM just needs those extra 5 years of yeah. Tyler Shock is nearing retirement age. Prime chat, more curiosity. Those are all ugly, but those first three, yeah. Again, I'm trying to just vary those picks. Last year I ended up way overweight on guys like Jack Betch when he was free, like Rashad Sanders, who ended up being a miserable failure of a pick. And I don't think I quite want to do that. Oh man. All right. We are in rookie wide receiver town. Yeah, if we had Higgins, this would be a nice Burrow click. I'm going to take Malachi Lemon and then see what the machine wants me to do. Interested to see if it pulls Warren up over these guys. I don't have much Jordan Tyson, but I did just I am an ASU alum and was just on campus yesterday, so I got to grab a Jordan Tyson share here. So we'll go. This is a little slappier of a start than I normally do. I very rarely have double tapped rookies here. I've honestly been taking a lot of this Parker Washington, Michael Wilson range, kind of IKBing them up, but I don't want all my drafts to be the same. So, you know, if this was single entry, Mike Wilson's probably one of my picks, being that we're trying to not draft the same team 150 times. We'll switch it up and do two of the rookies there in Lemon and Tyson. All right. Greg says, Malik Washington produced. There were too many holes on the team to replace him. Love the Malik click. Yeah. I have definitely been taking some Malik Washington, and I actually find he tends to get sniped a lot from me, just anecdotal. I know ADP is ADP, so I mean that's where he goes, but he does feel like he has the potential to kind of move from the free round 20 guy to like the 18th round guy where you have to like click him if you want him. Psychedelic Curves, my order of Tyson, Tate, Lemon. I think it's Lemon, Tyson, Tate for me, but I have Tate as my last pick. I wonder if we've all just decided we like Lemon the most because we're all like most excited about him. Whereas I could see the NFL putting Tyson ahead. I know he gets the injury prone label, but like one of them is a collarbone, and I'm willing. For me, like injury prone is more people who repeatedly have soft tissue problems or tendon problems than like breaking a bone, which is kind of fluky. But that said, he did miss most of last year with a hamstring. He did tear his ACL. So, you know, you can't write it all off, but I don't know. I do feel like Tyson's going to be productive, but again, I'm not like crazy about him. Ended with 30% Jordan James and free. Yeah, full court. That's the kind of stuff I was doing too. And when it works out, like you get rookie or Kyron, your advance rates are going to be bonkers, and you're going to be like taking teams to the finals. But that we remember like when it works, and people forget like Jordan James. I took a lot of Jordan James too. I thought we had the Niners RB2, and frankly, by the end of the year we kind of did. Right, he was active in the playoffs. I don't know. There are some Jordan James dead enders who have been taking him this year. I think I may have actually taken him like twice. All right, let's see. We're coming up. Quarterback range. We got Ladd, Lemon, Tyson. So Herbert's the only, I'll queue up Herbert because obviously he would be the quarterback we want. We don't know where Lemon or Tyson are going. Frankly, in the latest mock that's ticking by, neither of them, if I remember, had very good landing spots projected, but you got to take those with a grain of salt. They change every week, and I don't think PFF has any great insight. I really like Kyle Pitts. I've been taking a lot of him. I'm wondering if it's going to want me to double stack. I don't think the sidekick is super high on QJ. Yeah, they have QJ kind of buried. I wonder if after I take Herbert, if it'll kick him up at all. Let's see. What does it want me to do? Wow, it's saying double tap quarterback. You know what? That's kind of interesting. But we're going to take Pitts. Yeah, we're gonna take Pitts, I think. This Stefanski tight end thing seems real. You know, Pitts at the beginning of this was going in the 40s, which was wrong. But again, I think we've overshot. I think putting Pitts almost at pick 90 is too late. So we will see. Greg says Malik built to produce in the worst version of the Dolphins. It sure looks like that is what we get. I hope not. I hope not, Greg. Well, we'll see. Who Ames up? Hey, Who Ames? Appreciate you so much. Hope you're having a good one. And speaking of Who Ames, Damian Martinez was my guy. Yep. Who Ames famously was very into Damian Martinez, and so was I. I was with you, Who Ames, and prime time. I thought he was a smash, and I took a metric ton of him. It did not work. We didn't hear the character stuff until after the draft. I was super in. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that would be good to know. It's like we did know it with like Jermaine Burton, and we took him anyway, and then he went to the casino instead of his walkthrough. Greg says 20 entry max in the little board got my ownership percentage really crazy. Yeah, I'm with you, Greg. I wish it was 150 max, or they just made it a small 20 max and it would fill fast, and then they would open a new one. I don't love the way they did it. Here, let me get the board back up for the people here. Again, apologize. I'm not on my normal setup, so you get a little bit of a truncated screen, I think. In Mike Washington, we trust. Yeah, he's been my late round running back. GM Kent, hey, go AZ Cards. I am actually in Phoenix right now, enjoying your lovely state. But appreciate you. Who Ames? We heard it from the James. Yeah, Pierce Jr. Falcons traded up. I know. It's like sometimes you just get a huge discount on a player who's a stud, and then other times it's like, yep, that's turns out the guy's wasn't the greatest. Last year they did 50 in true. That sounds right, prime time. Yeah, I think you're right with that. But yeah, 50 would be much better. I feel like I have to save my bullets, and I don't like feeling like that. Want to say hi and looking forward to getting back into May break time. Hey, well-deserved break, go AZ Cards. Appreciate you. But yeah, I will see you in those dog bowl streets next year. And hopefully at the dog bowl again. The little board was 50 last year. Maybe they're going to do... Yeah, that's my hope, Steven. I guess I just feel like if they would have made it smaller. Yes, I was at the Waste Management. I wasn't like dying, but I was starting to get a cold. It was fun. It was a ton of fun. I got my hat. Well, it's a little blurry, but you guys get the idea. That was my souvenir. This is my WMPO hat. But yeah, it was awesome. Other than having Mav McNeely in one and done, and he was one stroke back starting the last round, and he finished T13. So not great. Not great. All right, machine. The machine is just like take some receivers here. And I don't think I disagree. We're going to take Wandale and then see what it recommends. You know, Gadsden being here is tempting for sure. I don't think I want Denzel Boston here. It's a lot of rookies. Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir, Juwan Jennings. Oof. I'll IKB it to Shakir. It's not much of a KB. We'll take Shakir. is not a very exciting click. Sometimes Shakir does feel like the classic what's the point pick, but I also feel like Shakir could have a sort of Wandale sort of breakout. Like Shakir does feel like his ceiling's capped, but that's just because in my mind, he's run kind of cold with touchdown variance. If that flips a little, could be a big year for Shakir. Buffalo does seem live to draft a receiver, but Shakir's slot role seems pretty safe, and I don't know. The team likes him. I am happy to get some Khalil Shakir this late in the draft, and also not always with Josh Allen. I feel like he's going to be over paired with Allen teams. Allen's ADP, yeah, I think it is around this 33 range. So I think you'll see a lot of teams taking Shakir in the 9th and 10th round who have Allen on them. Jetstrap Bomb, spending money at DraftKings, prefer underdog, but no. Yeah, I do wish they had some lower dollar stuff. That would be nice. DKS and prices I prefer more, like MHJ at 86 feels more correct. What is MHJ's price tag here? Yeah, 66. I'm not clicking him over Wilson. That's like my stand this year. I think Wilson is better. And so I'm just gonna end up with none of him. It's not great. DK has some $1 draft. I'll do those to practice. Yeah. I know. I don't know why Underdog doesn't do those. I know they don't want to like drain liquidity from the bigger contest, but I feel like it's like a good entry point. I guess the only thing about the $1 draft is you have a lot of people just like put ranks in auto, but if you're hand building, that's great. You're running up against teams that aren't correlating and stuff. So I like those. Hey, Brian the Goober GM. Brian, big day in the Goober household. For those that don't know, G for Gumby, Brian's brother, won a seat to the Dog Bowl. So huge congrats to you guys, especially, of course, to G for Gumby. But Brian, hope you're having a great morning. Appreciate you so much. Goazy Cards was second in the Underdog Open until Thor Bjornsson decided to go back-to-back bogeys. Yeah, he was like live to just win it, and I just melted down. Oh my gosh, Awen, finally awake for a stream. I'm doing great, Awen. Appreciate you so much. Awen, congrats to you. 3rd place in the DraftKings King of the Desert football. Just amazing stuff. Bummed I didn't get to run into you because we were like ships in the night. I was at the Waste Management Saturday. I think you were there Sunday, but appreciate you, Awen. I don't know if you're waking up or haven't gone to sleep yet, but hope you're having a great morning. Goazy Card says, WM Open so fun, been going to the stadium. Yeah, same. It changed it. Now, it was a little easier to just kind of rock up and get a feel for the atmosphere. Now you gotta wait. You gotta wait in a long line to get in there. All right, so we got a 1-3-5-1 going. I would be really happy if I got Emmett Johnson here. I think that would really tie the room together. If we don't get him, running back is grim. All right, we got him. I know the machine wants me to take a quarterback, and I will. So let's grab Emmett Johnson. And we'll do Tyler Shuck here. A little ADP value. It opens up the late Vele click. So Emmett Johnson has been one of my targets in this range. Again, I think he's a guy that is definitely live to go in the second round. And if he does, he will not be going at 133 in BBM. And not that it really matters what the BBM ADPs are, but I think he is a value at this price. Thanks, Chad. All credit to Gumby. You sweat it till 1 a.m. Oh, man. Yeah, he cleared it by like 4 points. I mean, I know in NBA that's like a block and a rebound, but yeah, that is awesome. I'll be honest, I wasn't following, so I woke up and saw. Was he done and you were anti-sweating, or were you chasing, or was Brian chasing? I was curious. Copy paste laid. Are you part of the big 3 QB meta? Yes, I'm part of the problem. I don't know what else to say. I think it's just, especially in the big board when you have 20 rounds, it's the third QB just hits your lineup so much more than you'd think, even when you have elite QB. Sorry, I have not been good about keeping the board up here, so y'all can see what's going on. But yeah, again, I think just the fact that you had the most classic example of why 3QB is good with Sam Sherman's team, and that he got a low-owned Brock Purdy to the playoffs, and that was who you needed. And I'm not even saying like you need that exact outcome, but just for advanced rates and in the playoffs and stuff, having that third QB is just so crucial. I think I recall something like the difference between second and third in most pods, at least in BBM, is like less than 20 points. That's like one QB bye week or something. Like it's the margins in advancing are very tight, even over such a long season, that I just think their 3QB has kind of proven itself as really good. Yeah, 30% Emmett. I think I'm above that, Who Hames, to be honest. But I think I've let my exposures get kind of crazy in the big board, and I'm okay with that. Brian says he had 2 players in the 10 p.m. game, was fading the LA game from OT. Oh my gosh, yeah. that is I used to do NBA back like 2018, and it was nothing worse than the like teams that get there because of some stupid overtime. I feel like that's like was the worst way to lose in NBA. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I am the guy clicking Jonah Coleman on primetime. I haven't clicked him as much as I should. Not that I have anything against him. I just I don't know. I find myself going other directions in that range. Yeah, I'm with you. Travis Kelce, I'm taking almost every time I see him. I am very high on Kelce. I can pull up my exposures after this pick here. Yeah, quarterback is thin. And we have 2 people with 1 wow, 3 people here with 1 quarterback. Dear God. So there goes Malik Willis. Yeah, Kelce though, wow, 164. Wow, I was taking him in the 190s, 200. So that is starting to get a little steamy for sure. What we're not doing is taking Rachaad White. Interesting spot here. I think I will take Juwan Johnson to stack with Shuck. And then the question is quarterback. If I want Penix, I probably do have to take him now. I just don't know if that's really where I want to go. Let's take Juwan Johnson and then see what the machine says. It's probably going to keep recommending Rachaad White. Yeah, Spears, Braylon Allen, Sean Tucker. I'll take a shot on Braylon Allen. I think the path for him to actually being the feature back in New York is thin. Even if Breece Hall leaves, I'd be surprised if that's like what they go into the season with, but you never know. I thought he was reasonably productive before he got hurt. Maybe that's a little bit revisionist, but we'll take a Braylon Allen share again, just so we don't take the same guys. I generally prefer Sean Tucker, willing to take a punt on Joe Mixon on the right team. But there is a chance that Braylon has a pretty healthy role there. Who are the UD open clicks? Oh man, I don't know. Right now, I'm being as Crutches said, a box score enjoyer. I have Shane Lowry as my penciled in as my one and done. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I think he's too low on the odds boards. But that said, he has good history here and he's in good form. I might want to save him for a tournament where he's, the 3rd or 4th favorite or something like that, like later in the year. Not that I'm trying to save Lowry, but maybe this is a time to use a more elite golfer. I don't know. It's kind of weird because like Rory won last year, even though this theoretically isn't like where his game is. He can play anywhere, but his huge advantage is the driver. In this course, famously, you can't just like rip it on every hole. He just won because he's really good. So I don't want to use like a Rory. I wouldn't be upset if anyone used Scotty this week. It is an elevated event. But I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to keep some of those guys for later. He won without the stack too, which opened my eyes to think you always need a stack in 538-person final. Yeah, that's true. Copy paste late. I know. Sometimes we have these. Sometimes we lean on these things just so that we tick boxes. Like we got to do X, and then my team looks better. That said, I do think stacking to win. I do think stacking is important, but sometimes I think we can go a little crazy with it by like passing up on really good projections to force the stack. I think we sometimes do that too much. Who will be the free agent running back we want to draft before they sign and rise? I've been playing it as Tyler Algier. That's where I've gone with that. Coleman to me is well behind Emmett and Price as a prospect, but I do think there's a solid chance. Yeah. Again, I should be taking a guy that could go in a second. I know he was 190, Kelsey. Till he's in the 140s now. Yep. All right, let's see. What do we want to do? We're 3 picks away. Oh, we're not taking JJ McCarthy. We don't do that here. Dear God. All right. All right, machine. What do you want me to do? Oh, Dalton Schultz. Ugh. All right. First, I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers because speaking of guys that could rise, I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. So let's take Rodgers, and then Mixon is still here. I have some interest in that. I'll take a Joe Mixon share as a 5th running back. If this guy's actually healthy, he posted some bullish stuff on Instagram. So we'll go with that. And sometimes when you're picking at 181, bullish stuff on Instagram is what you have to go off of. Aaron Glenn proved he's going to use a committee. Yeah. Yeah, and if he's part of that committee, he could have some good spike games, I feel like. Crutches has 96% of a guy who didn't have an ADP. Oh, in the yeah, I know he said underdog open. I was stalling for time. I have like Michael Kim as a deep scroll. I've only done one, so I don't want to be disingenuous touting. Michael Kim, Tom Hoagie, I think those guys are going to be largely unowned. Maybe someone like I kind of like Batia. He has been bad this year, but was finally good last week. If you're trying to get different. But again, I haven't fully dove into the street, so I don't want to say that. But yeah, Crutches, appreciate you. I know you have some one and done early season sweats. Things have been going well. Congrats on the Goddard up hit. That was a pretty good run out. Joe Mixon is a cheat code. Copy paste late. It might not work, man. It could be a disaster, but as a 6th running back, I'll give it a go. Joe Mixon, a definition of a good bet, unless I missed. Yeah, nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on with Mixon. But again, there's not a lot of guys who have a 1,200-yard season in their bag in round 16. But you just have to realize the guy may literally never play football again. Tim says, GM can't stop drafting Tyler Shuck at cost. I don't know if it's good or bad. Honestly, Tim, I think he's overpriced. I think he's a little expensive, but in this draft, he was about 10 picks past ADP. Had a very good half a season. I think we all thought Tyler Shuck was terrible, and then I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't mind it, but I just feel like he's going ahead of some guys I'd rather take. Most notably, like I feel like I'd rather take the flyer on. I don't know though. Maybe he is priced where he should be. I was looking at Bryce Young. I think I prefer to him, but saying that out loud actually just feels kind of gross. Saying you like Bryce Young. Mixon is the Ayuk of RBs. I don't know if that's fair. I think Ayuk just doesn't want to play in San Francisco, and I think hold on one sec. Is Vele still here? Did we miss that? Yeah, let's take Vele here. We'll do the double stack as one of our guys. We'll take him. And then here's a guy. Where did he already go? No, we'll take Freiermuth here. We'll take Freiermuth to stack with Rogers. Jonnu, I believe, is going to be out of Pittsburgh. Freiermuth randomly goes. So for the audio listeners, we've got a 3-6-6-3. We're going to take 2 more receivers to end this team, but we got Justin Herbert, Tyler Shuck, and Aaron Rodgers. Running back room of James Cook, Devon Achane, Kyren, Emmett Johnson, Braylon Allen, and Joe Mixon. Wide receivers of Vlad, Malachi Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Wandale, Shakir, and Vele. And tight ends of Pitts, Juwan Johnson, and Pat Freiermuth. I kind of like this team. I think this team is a lot of guys that I'm pretty high on. Awen says the real Joe Mixon was replaced by... Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, I've said I think if you saw what Joe Mixon's foot looked like, it would be like Frankenstein, like a foot from someone else. Like, I think they grafted a new foot onto him. I'm very concerned. But that said, if he's able to run on that foot, he could be a good pick. Shuck runs more than people think. Yeah, he does. He does. And I say this as someone who in DFS like did some Tyler Shuck stacks, and the receiver like scored 3 fantasy points. So he definitely does run. Sometimes stacking him is not worked out. Kendall's way too early. Oh my God. Super Bowl next year. I got to think about that for a second. I'm dropping my priors on Shuck, though. I thought he sucked too, but the instant he proved he's solid to good, I think he's Dart without the sex appeal. Imagine saying that. It'd be so funny to say to Tyler Shuck. It's like, yeah, man, you're just like Jackson Dart without the sex appeal. You'd just be devastated. But that said, it's he's got weapons there. Yeah, that's kind of going to be. I think that's kind of going to be a fun team. We'll see if they add anyone to Olave, Vele, and Juwan Johnson. I mean, a lot of the mocks have had Jordan Love going there. This latest one did not. This one that's ticking by from PFF. I've seen a lot of Jeremiah Love mock there. I think this latest one may have had them adding a wide receiver, but I'm not sure. Let's check in on the board. And then when it's over, we can look at Bird Enthusiast team and Shady's team, and then I got to hop. But appreciate all of you guys so much. If you can, drop a like, drop a sub. We will be back definitely on Thursday with the normal setup. It's hard on one monitor that I'm running on today. The Kellen Moore effect. Yeah, I mean, I think we all really kind of got the Tyler Shuck thing wrong. I still remember watching the combine, and this is why I shouldn't watch a combine, because I saw him throwing and he looked like Uncle Rico. Like, I'm like, this guy, he's throwing to like uncovered receivers and it just like whiffing. And it's like, no, you know, maybe their game film is a little more relevant than throwing in shorts and in a t-shirt and a dome. 40 pass attempts per game effect. Yeah, the Jacoby Brissett school of garbage stats. That's what we want for all of our quarterbacks. Just keep them dropping back. Keep them dropping back, and we'll get home. All right, let's see. Wow, Eric McAllister. Eric McAllister is what the sidekick is recommending. And Omar Cooper Jr. I have been taking some Omar Cooper Jr. I can't say I've been taking McAllister. Somebody mentioned they like Bateman as a late click. I just feel like I keep stepping on the Bateman rake every season. I think Davis said there was some talk that the Chiefs might be interested in Claiborne. I hope I'm not getting that wrong. I have not clicked him as a late running back, but I should look more into that. All right, let's take McAllister, see what it recommends. I don't think I want to risk taking Keenan. Normally I just click like Malachi Fields or Bernard, but let's switch it up. We'll take Omar Cooper, and that will do it for this team. We got Herbert, Shuck, Aaron Rodgers, James Cook, Devon Achane, Kyren Williams, Emmett Johnson, Braylon Allen, Joe Mixon. Wide receivers of Vlad, Malachi Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Wandale, Khalil Shakir, Devon Vele, and then Eric McAllister and Omar Cooper Jr. Tight ends of Kyle Pitts, Juwan Johnson, Pat Fry. There we go. And then we'll check out, we'll see what Shady Advice built and Bird Enthusiast, and then we'll get rolling. But yeah, appreciate y'all so much. Yes, Tim, as a fellow monitors, yeah, I'm traveling. That's why I am on. I brought the cord to connect to like the TV, but the living room is occupied. So this is what we got. The combine stuff for QBs is more about hitting a spot than the wide receiver. Yeah, it just looks like the spot was like the right hash mark when he was throwing to someone running down the left side of the field. It was it was just ugly. But hey, sometimes we see one highlight and it sticks with us more than it should. And for me, it was definitely that one. Cooper going to be a pick in the 120s by summer. Yeah, he's been a name that I've seen get some buzz. So again, just try not to get overweight on any one particular player unless I have some good reason and switch some of these. BBM winning team, basically no stacks, will open the sniping Pandora's box. You know it. You know it, Go Easy Cards, and you've seen it in the like dog bowl streets. Just like the jam projection meta sometimes can sneak up on you, and you'll have people just trying to build the highest scoring teams, and that doesn't always equate to stacking. Cooper was just as good as Surratt in my eyes, but the price is drastically different. Yeah, you'll see. I mean, we see that every year on the big board, right? Like, but the prices get really weird versus where people end up drafted. Like, we were taking RJ Harvey next to Damian Martinez last year, and one was ended up going in the 50s, I think. Was it Harvey like in the 50s by the end of the BBM? So yeah, we don't always get these right in this one. A lot of rookies. Yeah, I have a lot of rookies on this team, Greg, more than usual. All right, let's see. All right, let's see what our friend said. Well, it's Bird Enthusiast. He went 3-7-7-3 with Nix, Baker, and Mariota. I think it was Sam Sherman put out a tweet about something like 7 or 9 teams still need quarterbacks. So it does seem like Mariota's pretty live to start somewhere. So don't mind that, as his second to last pick in the draft. Gibbs, Jadarian Price, Woody Marks, Alvin Kamara, Brian Robinson, Keaton Mitchell, and Brashard Smith. This feels like a very Davis-Maddock-y team other than Woody Marks. If you took him off, maybe Kamara too, maybe just Keaton Mitchell and Brashard. Okay, so there's 2 picks. But anyway, like the team, we'll see where Brian Robinson ends up. I'm kind of curious to where he goes, because I think he's a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. Pickens, Olave, McLaurin, Igbuka, Sutton, Pat Bryant, and Jalen McMillan. So yeah, you've got Knicks here. So nice little Knicks double with Sutton and Bryant. That's actually how I like to double them over Franklin. And then Fannin, Mark Andrews, and Eli Stowers. Yeah, nice team here, Mr. Enthusiast. And of course, you're all here to see what Shady Advice did. 3, 5, 8, 4. Excuse me, give me 3, 5, 8, 4. Mahomes, Darnold, Kyler, Jeremiah Love, Bucky, RJ Harvey, Tootin, and Aaron Jones. Interesting to see this, because I personally would take another running back here. But I guess, the Sims and Shady know a lot more than I do. So it's like, it's good to see these things, because sometimes you do need your paradigm shifted a little bit. So interesting to see that, stopping at 5 with those 4 plus Aaron Jones. JSN, Waddle, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman, Jaden Reed, Zachariah Branch, Chris Brazzell, and Cooper Kupp. I do know the sidekick likes Chris Brazzell quite a bit. Not surprised to see him on here. And then Hunter Henry, AJ Barner, Dalton Schultz, and Justin Jolly, who seems like he's a perfect fit for your Christmas-themed teams, taking the mantle from Mason Rudolph. We got Justin Jolly here. But everyone, this was a ton of fun. The waste management, I did end up going to hole 16 at the very end on Saturday. It was a ton of fun. It was awesome. If Chief has a Maddock team, yeah, I saw those last 2 picks, and then I read the rest, and I'm like, yeah, it's actually not that Davis-y. But everyone, this was fun. If you can, drop a like, drop a sub. I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. We'll see if I can, but I will definitely be back on Thursday and Friday. All right, have a good one. Take care, everyone.